Hey everyone! Welcome back to Speak English with Miss Nova, where we learn English through real, everyday conversations.
Today, we're talking about family. Simple topic, but also not simple at all.
Exactly. Family can feel warm, funny, complicated, and emotional, sometimes all in the same conversation.
Miss Nova, before we go deep into family, how are you today?
I'm good. A little quiet, but good. What about you?
I'm good too. Mostly.
Mostly?
Yeah, I feel a little guilty today. My sister sent me a voice note this morning. She said, "Wow, Zane, you still remember you have a family?"
Oof. That sounds like a joke with a little pain hidden inside.
That's exactly what it was. I laughed, then sat with it for a while. Because maybe she has a point. I haven't called in a while. Not properly.
That happens to so many people. We love someone, but the days just go by, and we don't show it the way we mean to.
I've been there too. Last month, my aunt called me twice. I saw her name on the screen both times and kept thinking, I'll call her when I have more time.
Ah, the famous "when I have more time."
And more time never came. When I finally called her, she didn't sound angry. She just said, I thought you forgot me.
That's hard to hear.
It really was. She wasn't asking for much. She just needed to feel like she was still in my mind. So I told her, I didn't forget you. I'm sorry I took so long.
That sounds simple, but those words take something real to say.
They do. And sometimes that's all family needs. Not a big explanation. Just to feel remembered.
I think about the way my mother communicates. Sometimes she'll call, and the first thing she says is, "Did you eat?"
The most famous family question.
She's not really asking about food. She's saying, "I'm thinking about you. I want you to be okay."
Or call me when you arrive, which really means I'll be worrying until I hear from you.
Family love hides inside ordinary words like that.
It does. And once you start hearing it that way, it changes how you receive it entirely.
Are you close to your family, Zane?
I am, but my relationship with them has changed as I've gotten older. When I was young, family was almost everything. They were the whole world I knew. They raised me, guided me, corrected me when I went wrong.
All of that becomes part of who you are.
Completely. My upbringing shaped me in ways I'm still discovering. It gave me a strong sense of respect for older people, for guests, even small things like not wasting food.
Those lessons become part of you so quietly, you barely notice until you're grown.
And then you grow up and start making your own choices, your own path. Sometimes your family doesn't fully understand those choices.
Not because they don't love you.
No, sometimes they're just seeing life from a very different place, a different time.
That's the generational gap. My parents grew up believing safety was everything. A stable job, a clear plan, no unnecessary risks. That comes from real lived experience.
They lived through things that taught them to hold on tight.
And their worry about me comes from exactly that place.
I know, but knowing it doesn't always make it feel lighter. Sometimes care and pressure look very similar.
They really do. And I think a lot of people carry that quietly. You love your family, you're grateful for everything they've given you, and still, some things feel heavy.
The obligations, too. Calling, visiting, being available, explaining your life to people who love you but don't always fully understand your choices.
And when you can't meet those obligations, when life is too full or you're too tired, there's the guilt, even when you're trying your best.
Exactly. Something can feel like a gift and a weight at the same time.
I think a lot of people need to hear that that it's okay to feel both. You can love your family deeply and still need space to breathe. Those two things aren't in conflict.
I needed to hear that today, actually.
I think I did too.
Can I ask you something a little more personal?
Of course.
Have you ever had a real falling out with someone in your family? Not just a small disagreement, but something that left a real silence between you.
Yes. My brother and I once went almost 4 months without speaking properly. We had an argument. I don't even remember now what started it, but we both went quiet after it.
And the longer the silence lasted, the harder it became to break.
That's exactly what happened. Silence has a weight. It starts as a pause and slowly becomes a wall.
Who called first?
I did, eventually. I just decided I didn't want that wall to get any taller. I called and said, I don't want to leave things like this between us. I didn't try to go back over who was right. I just said that.
That's really the hardest part, not needing to win first.
And that's what making amends really means. Not that you were entirely wrong, just that the relationship means more to you than the argument does.
Did it help?
Not immediately. We didn't suddenly become perfect after one phone call. But something shifted. The wall got smaller, and small was enough to start.
I had something similar with my brother last year. Something small that somehow got bigger than it should have. We both went quiet, and after a few days, calling him felt strange, like too much time had already passed.
But you called.
I did. I said, I didn't like how we ended that conversation. That was all. And he said, me neither. And that was the beginning.
Sometimes those are the bravest conversations, the short ones, because you're going in without knowing how the other person will respond.
Yes, you just decide the relationship matters more than your fear does, and you call.
Family is strange. We don't choose where we come from, but many of us keep choosing the people we love, again and again, even through the hard parts.
That's a beautiful way to put it. They're your old stories, the people who remember who you were before you became who you are.
There's a real sense of belonging in that, a feeling that you have a place, and that place has always been yours.
And that feeling is rare. It's hard to find anywhere else.
But then there are also the questions about your life decisions, the pressure, the generational gap, the obligations that pile up sometimes, and the guilt when you don't meet them.
Family is many things at once, and talking about it in English should reflect that. Not just, I have one brother, or I live with my parents.
We can say things like, my upbringing shaped the person I am, or my family gives me a real sense of belonging, or there's a generational gap between my parents and me.
Or family obligations can feel heavy, even when they come from love. Or after an argument, I try to make amends rather than hold on to the silence.
That's the kind of English that helps us sound more human, more honest.
Instead of a formal word review today, let's just leave you with a few honest sentences you can actually use the next time you talk about your own family.
If you want to talk about how you were raised, my upbringing taught me to respect older people, or my upbringing shaped who I am today.
If you want to talk about that feeling of home, my family gives me a real sense of belonging, or I miss that feeling of belonging when I'm far from home.
If you and your family see things differently because of age or experience, there's a generational gap between us. Or I try to understand the generational gap instead of arguing right away.
If family responsibilities feel like a lot sometimes, family obligations can feel heavy, even when they come from love.
And if you're trying to fix something after an argument, I called to make amends. Or in family, it's more important to make amends than to win every argument.
Simple, honest sentences.
You don't need to use all of them at once. Just pick the one that feels true for your own life right now.
That's really the goal today. Not memorizing a list, just having a few real sentences ready for the next time family comes up in conversation.
Before we finish, I want to leave everyone with something small and doable.
Go on.
Think of one person in your family you haven't properly spoken to in a while. Not a perfect, long conversation, just one small message.
Something like, I was thinking about you today.
That's simple, but it carries a lot.
It really does. And whoever you're thinking of right now, we hope they hear from you today.
Even 2 minutes is basically saying, I remember you.
So today we talked about upbringing, belonging, the generational gap, obligations, and making amends. 5 real, honest sides of family life.
Tell us in the comments, what's one small thing family means to you? Or what's one honest sentence from today that felt true for your life?
If this episode helped you, like, subscribe, and maybe send this to someone in your own family today.
Remember, English grows when you use it, even in one small sentence.
Take care of your English and take care of your heart.
This is Zane.
And this is Miss Nova. You've been listening to Speak English with Miss Nova.
Bye for now.